joining me on Edie's WW Kitchen today. I am so excited that you're here. If this is the first time that you're stopping by, welcome. I hope that everything that I do is something that's helpful for you along your journey to better health. And tonight we are going to be learning how to do a wonderful pork tenderloin with lentils and winter squash. Because you know, it's that time of year. Time for squash to be eaten. Add a few lentils, add a little pork, you got yourself a good meal. So if that's interesting to you, stay tuned. Okay, for this recipe, you're going to need about 1.5 pounds of pork loin. You're going to need about 1/4 cup of panko breadcrumbs and 2 tablespoons of Parmesan cheese, 4 cups of winter squash. This is butternut. 1 3/4 cups of chicken stock or vegetable stock. 2 tablespoons of Dijon mustard, a tablespoon of avocado oil, 1 large red onion chopped. I have about 2 large heaping teaspoons of garlic, 2/3 cup of brown lentils washed and picked through, 2 tablespoons of golden balsamic vinegar, 2 teaspoons of reconstituted dried rosemary, and then you're going to need some salt and pepper. And now we'll show you how it's done. Okay, here is your tenderloin. You're going to take the mustard and you're going to just spread it around on the tenderloin pretty generously. You know what? I'm going to do it with my fingers because I think it's better that way. And if you want more mustard than what it calls for, feel free to use it because it's a 0-point item and it's tasty, tasty, tasty. You just want to cover all of the outside with the mustard. There you go. You want to make sure that your panko and your Parmesan cheese are blended well, and you're just going to sprinkle it over the top of your roast. You're going to press it in so that it sticks pretty well. Make sure it's on the sides too. Okay, now you're going to take this roast and you're going to put it in a preheated 425-degree oven for 25 minutes or until an instant read thermometer in the thickest part of the pork measures the 145. Okay, so while that pork is in the oven cooking, you're going to start working on your lentils and squash. Dump in your tablespoon of oil and then your red onion. Now you're going to let this cook down for about 5 minutes until it's softened. Okay, next you're going to add in your garlic and stir it for about 30 seconds or until it's fragrant. Now the next step is to add the lentils and your stock. Now you're going to bring that to a boil and then you're going to cover it and let it cook for about 12 minutes. Okay, it's been 12 minutes, so let's see what this looks like. Yep, it's absorbed quite a bit of the liquid there. Now we need to add our squash and spread that about in the pan. And then we cover it and wait another 12 minutes. Okay, it's not been quite 12 minutes, but I am going to go ahead and put in the salt and pepper, the rosemary, and the balsamic vinegar so that those flavors can meld just a little bit during the last little bit of softening that squash. Oh, it smells so good, you guys. All right, now there's that roast, 145 degrees. Okay, now when you bring that roast out of the oven, you want to make sure you let it rest. Don't cut it. Don't do anything. Let it rest for at least 10 minutes. And that's true of any meat that you cook. You want to let it rest if it's been roasting in the oven, right? You want to let it rest to retain all of those wonderful juices, okay? So 10 minutes, and then when you cut into this, the pork isn't going to be dry. It's going to be moist and wonderful, and it'll be a wonderful addition to the rest of the meal. Okay, I'm going to turn off my timer because I think that squash is just about done. Are you ready to see the magic? Are you ready? Here we go. Look at that. I'm going to turn off the heat. Look at that. It smells so good. I wish you guys could smell it. All right, I'm going to plate it and then show you what it looks like. All right, everybody, there we are plated. So that pork roast, this is a 6-serving recipe. The pork roast is cut into 18 pieces, so we each get 3 pieces. And then the 6th of the squash and the lentils. Look at that.